Have you ever contemplated suicide? Yes, I have. My past relationship, my ex made me feel worthless and useless. She would always blame me for all of our arguments and would accuse me of cheating on her. She would feed me all of these things about how much I sucked as a person that I tried to overdose myself on sleeping pills twice in the past year. My first immediate response is, I feel so sorry that this person had to experience this kind of relationship. Obviously, I have no idea what this relationship was. This is just that person's perspective. But generally speaking, I think that when you're with somebody, you guys should be equals and making each other, if anything, being equals or being better than each other to kind of help each other grow. I definitely don't think there should be a lot of negative energy involved with that. I think that if there is something that's a problem, it should be acknowledged in a different way. And it seems that this person in the relationship it sounds like it was just a reflection of how they felt about themselves. And unfortunately, it was taken out on someone they cared about. And I think from a relationship filled with so much toxicity, it's really hard to leave from. It's easier said than done, but when you really care so deeply for somebody, it's really hard to step away from that situation. But I hope this person is doing a lot better now. All I could say is that they're really strong for having gone through what they've experienced. And I hope that, now they've realized what they really deserve out of a relationship and in a partner, and that they won't have to experience this sort of negative energy from somebody like that again. What was the worst decision you think you've made? The worst decision I have made is going to drugs when I felt helpless because of relationships. I definitely think that alcohol and substance abuse is very real, and I think sometimes it's a little bit normalized, but in reality, a lot of people are experiencing this. It sucks to hear that someone had to go towards something else besides being able to just talk to somebody, or they just felt that low. And I hope that they have faith enough to kind of find other outlets, whether that be, doing something for them that's going to make them feel better in a holistic way, whether that mean maybe being a part of a group or, taking care of their health, or maybe even resulting to faith. And I think that it's definitely something that I hope that their family is involved with, or maybe that close friends are able to kind of just step in and be someone that can at least show them or to give them guidance away from going down this path. What was your greatest act of kindness that you can remember? Talking a friend out of suicide, making them become a full believer, and getting my friend saved. The next year he passed. Never have I ever been so thankful to have him saved before he passed. Wow. To the friend that was there for them, I commend you for being such a great friend and just being strong yourself. I'm sure, they were going through what they were going through, and you obviously led them in a direction of positivity and light. And unfortunately, I'm sorry that didn't go the way in which you probably would have wanted, but I think that it's awesome that you were there for them in that moment of darkness, and that you were able to give them more time, to live. And I think that's something to look back on, and that's not something I think that you can't beat yourself up about it. And I'm glad that it's something that's a great memory of yours. I definitely don't know if I could have that strength to be able to do that. And I think it takes a lot of courage to be able to talk to someone so close, to talk them out of something, of an act that dark. What kept you going through your hardest times in life? My family is what has always kept me going when I'm facing hard times. I am very blessed to have the family base that I have, because without them, I don't know where I would be. For me, I am very close with my family, particularly for me when I was going through some really troubled times. My mom was like my rock. But I understand not everyone has that close connection with their family, and I think that sometimes blood doesn't necessarily determine your family. And I definitely also could say that I have a great group of friends who I consider my family. So I can definitely relate with having someone that's there for you to kind of just be there and be that support system when things are going rough, because I think that's very important when you're going through a very hard time, and I don't think that's, again, something you should have to go through alone. What is one thing you would say to someone dealing with a mental health illness, including depression, anxiety, etc.? You are strong, you are loved, you are not alone. As someone who has had my own experiences with, some low points and in my life, including, some high stressors and my experience with anxiety, I definitely feel like at first it's something that for me, I felt kind of by myself. I wasn't necessarily ashamed of it. I just wasn't sure if I fit that category. And I think it's important to understand that whether how severe or to mild you are experiencing something, it's still something you're experiencing, and it is very valid, and that everyone can experience it. For me, what helped was just surrounding myself with lots of people. Most of the time, if I even didn't want to be around them, and I would still be kind of negative, it at least felt better to kind of surround myself with people who are really positive and who could uplift me, even though I was pretty down most of the time.